this is what we're all here for, right? Can we get a good light dark monster? So my other account that I may not be using very much in a few days has gotten so many dupe LD3s, like 3 light jokers, 2 dark jokers, and I know the dark joker is pretty good. But a bunch of dupes, and are dupes of monsters that you get for free from the game. So I'm hoping my luck is a little better here. Lightning. Okay.
But if you should see anything unusual,
Unusual.
or unfamiliar,
Unfamiliar.
especially if it's alive and strange,
Alive and strange.
let me know immediately.
How about now?
I don't believe it.
I believe it.
I don't believe it.
I believe it.
Hey all, welcome back to the Element Fission early game walkthrough. This is episode 2. I'm having a lot of fun just having a new fun game to play. So let's get right into it. We're using the Fire Dr. Evil to farm story right now, just to get XP to level up monsters. I'm not using the 3 wisps at the moment because I want the run to go a little bit faster and make sure that there aren't any fails yet, because my Dr. Evil is still on pretty terrible runes. We have not started farming Boxing Club yet. We will start doing that today. But you can see I'm up to 114 canisters now. So we have a lot of materials, and we're actually doing Honor Volcano, which is similar to Phaemon in Summoner's War. But I'm doing it because I just want to get a few speed and attack percent runes, just so when I set up a new monster, I could just put some crap runes on it. They'll at least have a speed sub for slot 2. So that's all we've been doing. And this is going to be a shorter episode. I hope you guys, it looks like you guys liked the first one. This one's going to be a little bit shorter because I really needed to do this video so I could do summons on camera. And then I'm also going to give some tips on how to evolve monsters quickly and in the most efficient way. But I need to get summons done so I can continue advancing the account. So we can see we're on our mission right now. Get 1 disruptor type Elemon 1 time. So we need to get a disruptor. So we shouldn't have too much trouble doing that. So we've got 50 Elerium, and then we also have our first 2 Twilight Eleriums, so light darks. So hoping that could be exciting. And I wanted to see what monsters I can get before I start evolving things, because if we get something really cool, my plans might change. So what we're really looking for here, ideally, would be the tree bookworm, which is their version of Lucian, who's amazing for Boxing Club. And another one that would be really good would be the tree ant cannon or something like that. So let's see what we can get. I tell you, this is just exciting. Because I don't even know what 1/3 of the monsters. Ooh, lightning on the first 10. So that's good. Let's see what. It's the fire bookworm, but that's okay. If you look at skill 3, attacks all enemies 5 times, ignores all buffs on the target. And also, if there are buffs, the damage goes up by 50%. So she should be a good nuker. So I'm excited to get this one. Attacks all enemies, puts speed down and attack down. So that could be really good. It kind of nukes them or nerfs them so they can't damage your team. And then blocks healing, which is never a bad thing. So cool. That was one of the ones that I wanted to get. And we're also getting some skill ups. Another lightning. Good. Tree assassin. Here he's decent. He's the one that does damage over time, both to his own team and the enemy team. I don't know. we'll see if we want to use that one or not. And we got another skill up for our water Eurolon. And one thing I did not mention in my first video is, I'm planning on using my Fire Dr. Evil to farm, but a 5-star monster takes more energy to farm with than a monster that's originally a 3-star monster. So I might actually be changing to the water Eurolane once I get some runes for him, because right now he can't do any damage with his current rune. Gear, sorry. I'm going to be saying runes for the first few episodes, but a nice first 10 pull. 2 lightnings, got some skill ups I needed. Okay, so we got a skill up for the Occult Dancer, that's great. And all of the sharpshooters are pretty good, so getting sharpshooter skill ups is really good. Still 30 left. Can we get that wind bookworm? Here's another lightning. Oh, jeez. Okay, we got the Ghost Captain. You get that for free from Boxing Club, but a skill up for him is not a bad thing. And we'll talk about skill ups versus stacks here in just a minute. But hey, we'll take them. We're really looking for that wind bookworm. What can we get here? Water Gunslinger? Okay. I think I might already have one of those. More skill ups. So never a bad thing to get skill ups. We got 20 left. And we're just looking for... There's more skill ups. A lot of skill ups there. Here comes a lightning. Good. We've got a lightning in every 10 pull. Tree Puppet Artist. I'm not familiar with this one. Attack which would otherwise kill other ally will be prevented and grants you an extra turn. So you prevent somebody from dying and then you get an immediate turn. It removes all debuffs on target ally, recovers the HP of all allies by 20% and grants them immunity. So you can save somebody and then heal your entire team and grant them immunity. Okay. And a sleep on skill 1. Okay, well, we're not going to discount any monster right now. Here comes another lightning. Good. Water String Maid. Basically, she strips with skill 3. And buff duration increase of all allies. Okay. Cover the HP of all allies. Grant them attack up. Okay. And decrease the action bar. So, alright. Well, it's a new monster. And if we don't get the bookworm this time around, I'm sure we'll eventually get it. But it just would be nice to have before I really complete my Boxing Club first team. But we have other options if we don't. Fire Bomber, we already have that one. Here comes another lightning. Fire Ant Cannon. When you attack an enemy, increase your action by 30%. Or remove 1 buff from the enemy if you have less buffs than the enemy. So you want them to have no buffs, and then if they have buffs, it's going to do a strip. And AoE defense break that won't glance. So, and then, okay, so this is basically like Gemini in Summoner's War. So you could do an AoE strip and an AoE defense break, and you might get more turns. And you're going to strip on your skill 1 as well. So this is a good unit. I'm glad to have that. That'll be really useful in territory wars. So I think that'll be a good, especially it gets a speed lead when it becomes a 6-star. Hopefully that's in all areas speed lead. That would be really good. Okay, so we got a couple of useful units. Very exciting. This is what we're all here for, right? Can we get a good light dark monster? So my other account that I may not be using very much in a few days has gotten so many dupe LD3s, like 3 light jokers, 2 dark jokers, and I know the dark joker is pretty good, but a bunch of dupes, and are dupes of monsters that you get for free from the game, so I'm hoping my luck is a little better here. Lightning, okay. Oh my god. Yeah. So wow. Okay. 25% speed lead. Removes all debuffs, grants 2-turn effect up on all allies, and refreshes their cooldown. So basically, increases accuracy, increases resistance, and reduces their cooldown. Escorts a target, and 2-turn healing over time, and then you get an extra turn after doing that. Basically just an attack on skill 1, damage based on speed. So you want to make this guy... That's insane. Okay, so his attack modifier is a -3. I'll deal with that. I just got an LD5 on my 3rd day in the game. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a highlight video of all the LD5s I get in this game. I did that for Summoner's War. But let's see if we can get... Okay, this is just a regular one. Can we get the Dark Sharpshooter? Dark Joker, who is kind of like Jilton. Yeah. So, 2 good units. And the Dark Joker, I don't think you can get that for free in the game. So, his defense is really good, which +7, -4 on HP, which is not good. But maybe I can make him really tanky and make him work. So that's insane. Wow. Okay. LD5. Okay, we got the Disruptor. Level up any Elemon 20 times. Okay, so that's the next quest. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to play with him. Wow, so he's going to be my arena speed lead. So now we're going to have to see how quickly we can climb in arena. Okay, so the second thing we're here to do today is to show how to efficiently evolve things up. And so let's do a couple things. Is that we're preparing the Water Joker for being on my... What's the dungeon called? Dragons? No, it's not called Dragons. Heavy Metal. On his passive, he always removes a buff. And that Heavy Metal boss gets immunity a lot. And that can really slow down your run. So we're going to build the Water Joker for that. Okay, so I wanted to show you about stacks and skill ups. So I've already max leveled a Water Joker, and then if you add 3 more Water Jokers to him when you're evolving him, or when you're just skilling them up, but when you evolve them with the exact same monster, so more Water Jokers, not only are you getting skill ups, you're also getting what are called stacks. And each stack you do increases the speed of that monster by 1. So we're getting up to 5 more speed on this Joker, which is great, which will be very important in arena, and I'm assuming, yeah, we haven't tried RTA here yet, although now that we have the light man-at-arms, yeah. So I'm going to be building him as quickly as possible. I definitely need to rune farm now. This is the light sharpshooter. And if you look at her skills, 18% speed lead for light, which is very good. And then adrenaline, recover HP by 30%, increase attack action bar by 30%, and it also removes any inability debuffs. So if they cut you and stun you, and she doesn't get stunned, she can remove those stuns. So this is basically like Bella in Summoner's War. So the second skill removes all buffs on a target, so it's a strip, and it's all buffs. And then the first skill is a defense break for 2 turns. And it does add attack bar absorption when she's 6-starred. So she's actually a really good unit, very similar to Bella, so she's going to definitely be useful here. And we only have one of her. You get her for free through the missions. So we're going to borrow the 3. It's worth using the fire one. So now we're going to skill her up. Make her 4-star. And we got 2 skill ups into her skill 3, which is good. Nice. All right, so she's skilled up. And I've got other monsters that I need to 4-star and 5-star, but now we're going to go into showing how to 6-star a unit. And I'm very, very tempted to 6-star the light LD5 I just got, the Man-at-Arms, but I'm not going to do that because one of the first things you should do in this game is get your farmer up to 6-star so they're doing the most damage so you can farm very, very quickly. So that's what we're going to do. And so I'm going to show you the best way to do that. So we've got 5 of these light wisps ready to go. And we need to get, so we have 1 blue wisp ready, and we could do autofill. Let's go ahead and just do that. So back in the day when Summoner's War, you had to do everything by hand. You would take a 2-star max monster, and then you would go and select 2 2-stars, and then you'd hit start and you'd level it up. And you have to watch that animation every time. And then you'd get a 3-star monster. But you don't have to do that in this game. Autofill is your friend. So let's go through and look at how this is done. This is so much better because it also cuts out a lot of animations. So we're going to first go here. So we've got a 4-star max level that we need to make into a 5-star. And if you want to tell it specifically what to use, you can. So I know I prepared that. I prepared a 4-star level 30, which isn't maxed, but it's a 4-star, so it can level up a 4-star into a 5-star. So we're going to use that. And then we're going to click on autofill. And we're going to see what happens here. First, it will use any cartridges you have. The little things with the up arrows on the right side next to your monster list are called cartridges, and they're just evolving material. That's all that is. So you'll see that it's taken the 3-star maxed. It's using 3-star cartridges that I already have, and then 500 gold. And basically what that's doing is it's automatically making it a 4-star for you. You don't have to go through the animation. So it's doing that for that one, and it's doing that for that one. So you're saving yourself 2 animations by having to do that. So you go ahead and click on that, and now we have our first 5-star. And then we want to make another one. And there you go. Now it has selected 4 more 3-stars. And all the supplemental material that's needed to make them. And it's only going to pull wisps unless you specifically tell it not to. So if you wanted to pull specific monsters, but I recommend just using wisps. since skill ups and stacks are so important in this game, you should only be using wisps for this. So another, so then we just click on start for this one. We have our next 5-star. We go on this one, click on autofill. There's 3 more. Now you do need to have maxed 3 stars in order for this to work properly. But God, it saves. I just saved myself 4 animations there from having to make those 3 stars into 4 stars. So that saves a lot of time. And then we're going to autofill again. Click on this, click on that. Done. So we have 4 of them now. We need 1 more. We're going to autofill again. And you'll see it will even pull in a bunch of 2 stars plus canisters in order to make it into a 4-star. You don't have to do any of that. So it's awesome. I love it. I love this feature. Very good feature that keeps you from doing a lot of work. So there we go. Now I was explaining all that, but really if I didn't have to explain that, I can make 5 stars in just a minute or 2. And then what we do is we take Fire Dr. Evil and we add in the 5 stars. Probably could have even auto-filled it. It probably would have done it for me. And there we go. So we now have a 6-star Dr. Evil. He's level 50. His HP went up a couple hundred. Attack went up a little bit. But here's another thing you can do. So now that we have a 6-star Dr. Evil, now I'm not going to do all of them because I'm going to be using him to farm anyway. But you could just do autofill. There's 5 canisters added in. You hit start. And there he is. He's gone up 3 levels. And then you can do that again. You autofill again. It gets him up to level 55. Boom. And now I'm just going to let him... I'm going to let him level up while he's farming for me. So I don't want to use the canisters for that. Although I certainly could. It might even be more efficient, but I'm not going to worry about that. But so that's how you do evolving. And then one other tip for you, in the missions tab, there's a thing where it says make a cartridge. And a lot of people are asking, what's a cartridge? Where do you find that? And I didn't know how to do it either. Well, these things with the up arrows right next to your monster list, those are cartridges. So if you wanted to make a cartridge for a 3-star, you can do autofill. It used all my stuff. So there's no wisps left to do anything with. So, but what you would do is if you wanted to make a 3-star cartridge, you would take, you'd click on the cartridge, you would click on 3 wisps that are 3-starred, and it would make those cartridges for you. So, and I think it could be a good way to clear out your monster list a little bit, just to throw all your wisps into cartridges, then you don't have as much scrolling to do. So anyway, super excited. I got an LD5, so this is definitely my main account now. I've got a lot of leveling to do because I want to get that guy going in arena as soon as possible. But my farmer's 6-starred now. I stuck to the plan. Now we're going to do a ton of leveling, and our next goal is Boxing Club B10, and then doing what we can in arena. So very excited. This is going to be really cool. So yeah. I feel very lucky right now. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to play with the new toys as soon as we can. Until next time, see ya.